So I was born in Israel in 1985, and I came to Brazil 2 years after that, and I've been living here in São Paulo, Brazil ever since. And this is the largest city in Latin America, right? Still, it's always been very difficult to find anything from Monty Python, you know. I've always been a fan of comedy, especially American comedy. Seinfeld, Friends, Saturday Night Live, and stuff like that. But I never even got to hear about Monty Python up until I was 15. I remember the first time anybody mentioned Monty Python to me was my stepfather. He told me about The Life of Brian. He said, "Oh, it's a movie that spoofs the life of Jesus Christ. You're gonna love it." Because at the time I was like atheist. I was always talking about it, questioning stuff. So I said, "Oh, you're gonna love it." But I couldn't find the video. There was nowhere to be found. I remember I even tried to track it down, call some places. It was impossible. Nobody heard about it and stuff. Good. Some years after that, I think 2002, I was in high school. I remember an art teacher telling us about this video where there's a scene where a guy eats a lot and explodes, and he thought it was the funniest thing he'd ever seen. And you know, what's that from? Oh, it's from a guy, some crazy guys called Monty Python. I said, wow, the same guys from Life of Brian. I said, yeah. I said, wow, it's impossible to find their videos. And he said, oh, I know this place where you can rent The Meaning of Life. I know this place. And then we rented, we watched it, and we all loved it. We all got the jokes. I loved all the religious references and stuff. And then a year after that, I discovered this video store. It was very far from my house, but they had all of your movies, all 3 of your movies. And then I had to become a member just so I can rent the movies and see them for the first time. And this is 2003, you know. And I remember I had to bargain with the guy because I was 17. I couldn't legally become a member, but since I wasn't interested in Monty Python, and the guy was excited, so he helped me and stuff. And then, like, I remember, like, and then I became a huge fan of the movies, only the movies. And I remember talking to people about Monty Python. A lot of people didn't know it. A lot of people were interested. A lot of people didn't care for it. But it was and it still is something virtually unknown to the public. And then one time, I think 2004, I was talking to this guy about Monty Python. What'd you like in comedy? Oh, I don't know, man. Friends, Monty Python. And then he was like, whoa, cool. You have the Flying Circus series. I was like, what? And then the Flying Circus, man, you gotta see it. It's the best. You've only seen the movies? Oh, you gotta see the series. And that's the first contact I had with the Flying Circus series. The series was impossible to even track it down. And this is 2004, 2005. I remember nobody knew it. No video store had it. Nobody had it. The only 2 places I could find it. On Amazon, that I could buy it from the original DVDs from England, like 300 pounds or something. And that converted to Brazilian currency plus shipment and stuff would be a fortune. And the only other source I could find was this guy on Emule. He had all the episodes, right? And I remember I downloaded only the first season. It took me like a month to download because my connection sucked and it took a long time, but I remember being very excited when it finished. And then I watched it all. I got very excited. I loved it. And I remember talking to a lot of people, and if they didn't know the movies, nobody even dreamt about the series. They had no idea what it was. And at the time, YouTube was growing into the website it is today. A lot of people accessed it, and there was some of Monty Python stuff was on YouTube already when I joined. Some of the sketches from Flying Circus, but only the most famous ones, you know? Only the ones people already knew. Only like the Parrot Sketch, Lumberjack, Spam, and Dirty Hungarian Phrasebook and stuff. And I knew from watching the seasons that there was a lot of cool stuff that the public had no access, especially people here in South America specifically, had no way of obtaining it, not legally, right? Especially because if we bought the DVDs from England, we didn't have the players to play it because of the Regency. So I think you can't argue with the fact that we couldn't obtain this content legally. So that's why I had to download it. There was no other way. And that's why I decided to start up the channel and make cut the episodes into little sketches to make it available for people so that people would get to know it. And I think that in the long run, my mission was fulfilled. A lot of people still, like I said, come to me and say thank you for making this content available. I wouldn't have found out about the Flying Circus if it wasn't for you, if it wasn't for your channel. So I'm very honored to hear that. But I don't need to upload anything else because the channel is out. The official channel is out. So now, you people from Monty Python, you just have to live up to your promise and upload everything. Right? That's what you promised. You still haven't done it. We are just waiting for that to happen. In the meantime, I won't be uploading any more copyrighted stuff. I'm through with that. You know, I think I helped a lot of people. I think I kind of built a name for myself in that area. But I don't want to be called to be ripping anybody off anymore. Okay, so hopefully you have enjoyed the channel while it lasted the way it is. I just would like to tell you a little bit about what's going to happen to the channel now. So besides being a pirate of British comedy, I'm also a musician, and this is the part a lot of people go like, oh shit, right? And I'm also a comedian of some sort. I don't know. I'm trying new stuff out. So I would like to use my channel, as it is rightfully mine, as a media to put some stuff out there. I have a lot of stuff that I've recorded, some comedy routines I want to do with my friends and stuff, and I just want to try it out. And so feel free to unsubscribe me, to go look for your stuff in other channels. I won't feel bad. It's okay. I just wanted to be honest and frank with you guys that have always been frank and honest with me, and tell you about what's going to happen to the channel. Okay? Thanks a lot. And one last message. I just wanted to say to you guys from Monty Python that overall, even though I didn't really like the way I was compared to a pirate and stuff, the decision you made of not trying to take down the videos, and even though we haven't lived up to that promise yet, but the idea of let's outsmart, let's surpass the piracy with better quality, more content, and a more comprehensive selection, I just think is genius. I think everybody should follow in your footsteps. And honestly, I think it's about time people realize the internet is not a valuable source for profit in this old-fashioned sense where you're going to make people buy their content. I think slowly a lot of corporations and people are starting to realize that, and I think it's a very bold decision. I think it took a lot of guts from you guys. I think you could have taken the easy way out, but you decided not to. And I'm here to support you. I consider you guys the kings of comedy. I'm still honored to having been mentioned by you and all of that. And I'm also a little bit honored that if this decision was based on my channel and other channels like mine, and to know that people like me were able to face the system in this way. This is going to sound like quirky and a little corny, but I don't care. Corny or cocky, I don't know. If people like me were able to face the system in this way and not win, we didn't win, but we made you guys from the system, the recording companies, the studios and stuff, we made you guys change your mind. We made you realize not that fighting us isn't the way. You decided to join us, and that's a major victory for all of us, you know. And so hopefully that's a sign that in the future more changes are going to come, and that information and content of any sort will be made available for everybody all over the world. That's what I think. That's what I hope. And thank you. Hopefully you enjoy some of the things I have to show for you. And if you don't, that's fine too. I don't care. That's it. Thanks for listening. Goodbye. It's been a pleasure making this video and uploading videos for you guys all these years. Goodbye and take care.